construction, and let's specifically look at the centroid. So Cloda is making a wooden table from her woodwork class. The triangle ABC below is scaled diagram of the tabletop. So this is the table here, but at the bottom here we have the triangle, the tabletop. The tabletop is supported by one leg attached to the centroid, as shown in the diagram on the right. Now, I know here we are not talking about that, but what's the importance of the centroid? Centroid in triangle is the center of gravity. So that's the reason why it is important in construction. On the diagram below, construct the midpoint of the side AB, label this point D. Now, what I want to look at here is that we will do both of the construction, but I just want to show you if you are in the exam and you kind of don't remember much about centroid. So in the first place, they are telling us to construct the midpoint. And then in the next part, they are saying hence, meaning what? With that knowledge of the midpoint, they are saying construct the centroid. So the reason why they are pointing you to midpoint is because the centroid, you connect midpoint of a side with the opposing vertex of triangle. So what we mean here, I'll just remove for a moment our construction thing. So what they mean is that if I have a midpoint, I am joining that midpoint with the opposite vertex. And then again, here we have to do the construction, the midpoint of AB. So we're going to join with that opposite vertex, and therefore here we're going to have that centroid. But let's say in the exam, if you didn't remember that, at least you are saying, okay, they are pointing me to midpoint, so I need midpoints. So even if we constructed the two midpoints, we almost have that done, or some bigger part of it. Okay, so how do we construct the midpoint? So we take our compass. First, we are doing AB because that's what they are telling us. We need to have the length of that longer than a half. Why? Because we need arches. So we do that. We draw arches on both sides. And then we take our compass. Let's just change that. We take compass without changing it. That's going to be slightly more difficult on the equipment that is in real life. And then we are doing it again. Okay, so now if I join those arches, and again, like I'm saying, it's a little bit more difficult to be extremely precise on the, oh, do you want to do that? Let's make sure it didn't move. It's much easier to do that in live than to do it here. Like you see, I didn't get that 100% right. So I am going to be off a little bit here, but you're going to be correct in your. So here, that's my D. And then we pick another side. Doesn't matter which side. And again, we find the midpoint. So let's say, let's do AB, sorry. And again, now we don't need that long. Let's say just as much as it is longer than a half. Maybe let's see what I can change. Yeah, so we need it on both sides. And again, we take it without changing our compass on the other side. And we, oh, that didn't change. That's all right. So again, here, when those arches meet, so we have to make sure we align well. And when they meet, so that's my second midpoint. Let's take that away. So that's my second midpoint. Now I haven't found the center. I know it's a lot of lines. We're going now to join the midpoint with the opposite vertex of the triangle. So let's do that. We need to, oh, okay, we can move that out of the, Didn't want to move that one. The wrong things are moving for me here. So we have to make sure we align. Again, that's not the items that should be moving. Like I'm saying, it will be much easier for you than it is for me. Let's change the color. So that's the green line. So I join one. And then we do the same for the point D and the point C. And we join C with our D midpoint. Like I'm saying, it will be more accurate for you than it is for me. So here it is where those two green lines meet. I know, lots of lines. So where they two meet, that's where the centroid is. So the knowledge we really need to have is that the midpoint connects with the vertex of the opposite side. So that's what I'm saying. If you are in the exam, that word hence, always remember it pointing you to the previous parts and with the knowledge that you just acquired. So even if we don't remember this part, we are saying, okay, if it is midpoint, then we need more than one. So we construct another midpoint.